Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications.
All right, let's talk about Governor Ralph Northam. Yesterday, he talked to CBS's Gayle King about his blackface scandal, the only sit-down interview that he has done. And he left folks scratching their heads after this.
What have you learned that you didn't know before?
Well, several things, starting with I was born in white privilege, and that has implications to it, and it is much different the way a white person such as myself is treated in this country.
Did you not know that you were born into white privilege?
I knew I was, Ms. King, but I didn't realize really the powerful implications of that. And again, talking to a lot of friends, that has come crystally clear to me this week. I've also learned why the use of blackface is so offensive. And yes, I knew it in the past, but reality has really set in.
But Governor, it's hard for people listening to you, an educated man at the age of 59, to say that you're just learning about the history of it. You didn't know the history and know that it was offensive before?
Well, I think we're all on a learning curve, and certainly, Ms. King, I am not the same person now at age 59 that I was back in my early 20s.
But your early 20s was 1984, not 1964.
That's right. Here, as I sit as a 59-year-old man governing the Commonwealth of Virginia, this is really an opportunity, I believe, to make awareness of this issue, to really have a frank dialogue and discussion about race and equity in this country. And, you know, if you look at Virginia's history, we're now at the 400-year anniversary. Just 90 miles from here, in 1619, the first indentured servants from Africa landed on our shores in Old Point Comfort, what we call now Fort Monroe. And while
also known as slavery.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Avis, take it away.
That's my governor. So it is so much. Okay, to be honest, the history is a little interesting here. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the first thing I will say. I don't believe that he has enough command of the history, of black history, to really understand what the heck he's saying anyway, okay? The reality is that there was a system of indentured servitude at the time that the first Africans were brought to Jamestown, Virginia. However, they came to this country against their will. I mean, imagine having...
They were stolen.
Yes, they were stolen. They were taken away from their family, from everything they knew, everything they loved. They were plopped on the other side, and in the intervening time, they were abused horribly. Many died. Those who survived came here to a land that they did not know. They knew no one. They did not know the language. Imagine even in that context being told that you have to work for free for several years. Is that a prize? No. That actually was analogous to the form of slavery that was common in that time period. Typically, in that time period, slavery was used for people that were captured at the time of war. So prisoners of war oftentimes had labor that they did over a limited period of time. We, over the course of our history in this nation, eventually transferred that into chattel slavery, which became passed down maternally from generation to generation. But before that, to me, that is slavery. That is slavery. They did not have the choice to come here like Europeans, which many of them did, and they weren't criminals. The Europeans that came here against their will came here because they were criminals in their homeland, and instead of serving prison,
Michael,
they came here. Sorry,
Michael,
I'm a Virginia resident.
The Washington Post did a poll. The Washington Post did a poll, and it's 47%. The 47%. In terms of African Americans, in terms of whether he should step down. Okay? Now, African Americans, first of all, the total poll was 47-47. 58% of African Americans say he should not step down. So, what's interesting about this is these weird views for whites, Democrats, independents. Do you think, Michael, that that's the polling data because of the allegations against Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax and because Attorney General Mark Herring had his own blackface issue, and that black folks are being very pragmatic, saying, look, we don't want to see the top 3 Democrats in Virginia all quit because the person who become governor is a Republican. Do you think that's what's behind these numbers?
I think it's certainly possible that there's a percentage of that that's behind the numbers. By the way, Roland, are these citizens from around the country, or are these Virginia people that were polled? Do you know? I couldn't find that out. This is Virginia. Well, then there's also a piece of it, too, where you could have people saying, you know what, I'm so used to this stuff growing up in Virginia. And yes, I'm glad we're turning the corner and we're becoming more of a purple state and things are changing. But all my friends back in elementary, I didn't grow up in Virginia, but I'm just saying what people may say is, you know what, I had friends that did this at Halloween costume parties when I was a teenager in college. I'm so used to it, I don't care. I just want to make sure he does right by us now that he's in office. That's one piece of it. The other piece is what you just articulated, which is they're putting it all together. They're able to say, voters are able to put different pieces together and say, you know what, if the white guys aren't going, I don't want the brother going. And they're able to do that, so that's why the poll probably looks the way it does.
Eugene?
I'm actually interested to see when this poll was taken. If it was taken after the after the second Fairfax situation hit, but also during what's becoming a Northam rebrand of, hey, I want to stay and focus on racial inequality. So if folk were receiving that message right around the time the poll was conducted, I can understand the numbers. Other than that, I think this poll may be an outlier. At least it is anecdotally to what I'm hearing from folk in Virginia.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Are you desperate for a good night's sleep? Well, then listen up. Studies show lack of sleep causes stress, irritability, weight gain, and even death. But you already know how bad it is when you don't get enough sleep, don't you? You've tried sleeping pills with their annoying and potentially dangerous side effects. Always a problem. Maybe you wasted money on the latest miracle pillow that promises a good night's sleep. Have those worked? No. I might have a solution for you. It's convenient, inexpensive, has zero side effects, and it flat out works. So if you want to experience deep, restful sleep starting tonight, visit www.sleepmusic.com. This little-known trick is already helping thousands of people around the world experience better sleep, deeper rest, and happier mornings. And with a full 90-day money-back satisfaction guarantee, what have you got to lose? So visit sleepmusic.com to see how this amazing sleep solution can help you. Use the promo code RADIO to get $10 off. That's www.sleepmusic.com and use the promo code RADIO to get $10 off.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.